James Louis Macy was born in France in the year 1765. His mother was named Elizabeth Hungerford Keats Macy, and his father was named Hugh Smithson and was the first Duke of Northumberland. James was an illegitimate child and was a French citizen until around the age of 10 years old, when he became a British citizen and changed his name. Both of his parents died while he was young, and in 1782 he began attending Pembroke College, Oxford. James loved the natural sciences, and his passion for them was evident. He became a chemist and a mineralogist. He worked very hard to establish himself as a scientist, and in 1787, only 1 year after he had graduated from college, he joined the Royal Society of London. James died in 1829 in Genoa, Italy at the age of 64 with a large fortune. In his will, he stated that when he died, his fortune was to go to his nephew, Henry James Hungerford, or to his nephew's children. If his nephew died with no children, then his fortune was to go, quote, to the United States to found at Washington, under the name of the Smithsonian Institution, an establishment for the increase and diffusion of knowledge, end quote. His nephew died without any children, leaving his inheritance to the United States. After some legal battles, the United States eventually gained possession of his inheritance and founded the Smithsonian Institution. The Smithsonian started off as one museum, which is now known as the Smithsonian Castle, but began to expand into what is now 19 different locations, covering different subjects and interests. The Smithsonian Castle is now a place where you can go to find history on the Smithsonian and James Smithson. You can also find information on and see artifacts that came from different museums. This is an inside look of what the castle looks like. The other 19 museums that the Smithsonian has expanded into include National Museum of African American History and Culture, National Museum of African Art, National Air and Space Museum, National Air and Space Museum, Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center, Smithsonian American Art Museum, National Museum of American History, National Museum of the American Indian, National Museum of the American Indian George Gustav Hay Center, Anacostia Community Museum, Archives of American Art, Lawrence A. Fleischman Gallery, Arts and Industries Building, Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum, Freer Art Gallery, Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden, National Zoo, National Museum of Natural History, National Portrait Gallery, National Postal Museum, Renwick Gallery of the Smithsonian American Art Museum, S. Dillon Ripley Center, Arthur M. Sackler Gallery, Smithsonian Castle, and the Smithsonian Gardens.